Some Hollywood feuds burn bright and fast, disappearing almost as quickly as they blow up. But there's something different about the standoff between Justin Baldoni and Blake Lively. Rumors of legal action, leaked behind-the-scenes footage, and suspicious silence from some of Hollywood's biggest names have turned a straightforward movie production into a headline-grabbing controversy. Why did these two A-listers clash so severely while filming It Ends With Us? And how did a promising collaboration spiral into accusations so serious that lawyers, PR teams, and entire fan bases became embroiled in the drama? Stay tuned, because this rabbit hole goes deeper than any of us expected. We're about to dive into unexpected twists, behind-the-scenes showdowns, and a potential lawsuit that may change how we look at both Justin Baldoni and Blake Lively. When Justin Baldoni first announced that his production company, Wayfarer Studios, had secured the rights to adapt It Ends With Us, fans of Colleen Hoover's novel were ecstatic. The book was riding high on bestseller lists, millions of readers were dying for a film adaptation, and Baldoni, best known for his starring role in Jane the Virgin, seemed like the perfect champion to bring the emotional story to life. Not long afterward, news broke that Blake Lively, known for her magnetic screen presence and a string of high-profile projects, would portray the central character, Lily Bloom. On paper, it was the dream pairing, a beloved actress and a rising director-producer working together on a project with a massive built-in following. But almost from the beginning, small cracks began to show. Industry whispers hinted at creative disagreements over script changes, rumors that Lively wanted more creative input than she was given, and speculation that Baldoni was quietly frustrated by her demands. Initially, these rumors seemed like the typical Hollywood gossip that tends to circle any big production. Yet something about this dynamic felt off. As filming progressed, insiders spoke of tension on set, and the first public signs appeared when the two rarely appeared together at promotional events. For a film of this magnitude, their mutual distance only fanned the flames of speculation that an explosive confrontation was brewing behind closed doors. It wasn't long before those rumors became tabloid gold. Articles claimed that Lively felt stifled artistically and that she resented Baldoni for supposedly hogging the creative spotlight. Some sources even speculated that Blake was determined to reshape certain pivotal scenes to match her interpretation of Lily, a move that threatened to disrupt the production schedule. Meanwhile, other reports emerged suggesting the friction was more personal than professional. Allegations surfaced that Baldoni wasn't just controlling about creative decisions, but also about how the cast should conduct themselves during press tours. Anonymous tipsters described him as a stickler who corrected Lively in public, leading to intense arguments. Though these stories lacked hard proof, they painted a picture of a film set on the verge of chaos. Yet no one anticipated just how big the controversy would get. The rumor mill churned out bizarre claims, everything from Blake storming off set, to Justin allegedly making snide remarks about her performances, to fights about who had the final say in scene rewrites. Fans on social media latched onto each new piece of gossip. They dissected paparazzi photos for glimpses of tension and scoured interviews for coded jabs. The overall mood was electric, like everyone was holding their breath, waiting to see who would come out on top. That waiting game ended when talk of a possible lawsuit hit the internet. Suddenly, what had seemed like typical Hollywood bickering appeared to be overshadowed by serious legal threats. The earliest reports claimed Blake was preparing to sue Justin Baldoni for defamation, citing damaging remarks he'd allegedly made about her attitude and professionalism. There was also talk of allegations that went beyond defamation, whispers of harassment or intimidation, though it wasn't immediately clear what that involved. Then came the leaks. Purported text messages and emails found their way online, posted by unknown sources who claimed inside knowledge of the conflict. Some messages appeared to show Blake venting about Justin's obsession with controlling the project, while others seemingly painted her in an opportunistic light, hinting that she might be pushing for an executive producer credit or other perks. Each new piece of leaked communication caused an uproar on social media, sending hashtag Team Blake and Team Justin trending on Twitter. Fans dissected timestamps, speculated on context, and accused the other side of forging evidence. Yet as messy as it was becoming, neither camp confirmed nor denied any of these messages outright, at least not at first. Instead, each side readied their lawyers, and the entire fiasco threatened to overshadow the film itself. As the tension hit a fever pitch, Justin Baldoni's legal team came forward with what they claimed was definitive proof that Blake Lively's accusations were fabricated. In an unexpected press conference, a representative for Baldoni revealed internal Wayfarer Studios documents, schedule logs, and conversation transcripts that apparently contradicted Lively's timeline. One major revelation: the travel logs showed that on the day Blake said Justin engaged in harassing behavior, she was actually out of town, spotted on a tropical vacation with her husband, Ryan Reynolds. Social media posts pinned her location to the Bahamas, complete with date-stamped pictures. These logs also suggested that filming was on a break at the time due to set renovations. Then came the security footage. Although certain sections were blurred or had no audio, the visuals indicated cordial interactions between Lively and Baldoni. At times she previously claimed to feel uncomfortable. In one clip, they're seen laughing and chatting, while in another, Blake gives Justin a friendly pat on the shoulder. Whether these clips painted the full story or not was up for debate, but they cast enormous doubt on the idea that the set was a toxic war zone. Meanwhile, texts from Blake to producers showed her praising Justin's direction as inspiring and even suggesting additional scenes featuring both of them. The difference between her enthusiastic tone in those texts and her later allegations was jarring. Many observers wondered, was there more at play than just creative differences? To make matters even more complicated, Hollywood insiders began to leak tidbits about the fight for power behind the scenes. A few well-placed sources claimed that Blake had pushed to rework pivotal scenes in It Ends With Us to grant her character even more screen time. There were also rumors that she demanded an executive producer credit, potentially giving her a say over post-production editing, marketing, and distribution decisions. Why does any of this matter? Because the timeline of her demands and the subsequent lawsuit talk look suspiciously aligned. According to some accounts, Blake was turned down for higher-level production involvement around the same period she first hinted at major issues with Justin. Critics argue that it's all a big coincidence, while others see it as a direct cause-and-effect scenario. She didn't get what she wanted, so she sought leverage by going public with claims of wrongdoing. On the flip side, there's talk that Justin Baldoni was also determined to maintain absolute control. Known for championing projects with strong social messages, he might have seen It Ends With Us as a chance to demonstrate his directorial skill and set a certain tone for the film. If he felt Blake's ideas clashed with his vision, it's possible he shut them down, escalating the tension without fully realizing how far things might go. Either way, both sides appear to have personal agendas. What started as a film adaptation with dream team potential has devolved into a labyrinth of accusations, contract battles, behind-the-scenes maneuvering, and entire squads of fans picking sides. If you're wondering how Hollywood's biggest players reacted to this debacle, well, they mostly haven't. The silence from people like Ryan Reynolds and Taylor Swift, both of whom are famously close to Blake, has been deafening. They haven't tweeted, posted, or commented publicly, at least not directly addressing the swirling rumors. This hush might be strategic, considering how damaging any slip of the tongue could be in an ongoing legal matter. They may have chosen to watch from the sidelines. Other members of It Ends With Us have also remained conspicuously quiet. A few co-stars liked or unliked suspicious posts on Instagram that seem to hint at support for Justin, but no one has come forward to release a strong statement supporting either side. In Hollywood, where alliances shift at the drop of a hat, that could mean anything from fear of being blacklisted to behind-the-scenes negotiations. Still, the power of public opinion can't be ignored. Fans have flooded social media with theories, receipts, and speculation, dividing into camps that either defend Blake Lively as a wronged artist or champion Justin Baldoni as a victim of false allegations. The tension runs so high that even a simple like on a tweet has ignited debates across Twitter threads and Facebook groups. As the conflict rages on, the fan reaction has become an equally intriguing part of the story. Polls on celebrity news sites show that many supporters are rallying behind Justin, largely because the so-called hard evidence he presented seems to poke holes in Blake's narrative. They point to the travel logs, the friendly behind-the-scenes footage, and the contradictory text messages as signs that she might be inflating or outright inventing her claims. On the other hand, Blake's most devoted followers argue that evidence can be twisted. They insist that short clips and select screenshots can't capture the subtle forms of hostility a person can experience on set. Some raise concerns that powerful production companies routinely bury problems to protect their reputation. The feuding extends to every corner of social media. TikTokers analyze body language in interviews, YouTubers host hour-long live streams dissecting receipts, and Reddit threads erupt with theories that would make a soap opera writer's head spin. Between conspiracy-level speculation and heartfelt messages of support, the online world is a battlefield. And in that battlefield, the truth often gets blurred. In the midst of all this, whispers persist that there's even more damaging evidence waiting in the wings. Some say Justin's team is holding on to additional messages or recordings that haven't been released yet. Ammunition for the day they stand in court and face off against Blake's allegations once and for all. Others claim Blake has her own hidden ace, possibly private emails or behind-the-scenes audio, that she's saving for the perfect moment to expose her co-star's alleged wrongdoing. And we can't ignore the elephant in the room, the possibility of settlement. Despite Justin's legal team hinting at a preference for an open trial, the reality is that many of these Hollywood disputes end in closed-door agreements. The question is whether either side is willing to risk the intense public scrutiny of a trial, especially if it means more secrets could be laid bare. But for now, the circus continues, fueled by each new leak, rumor, or micro-revelation. Industry insiders say it's impossible to predict which direction the saga will take. It's like a high-stakes game of chicken. Whichever side blinks first might lose. And neither Blake nor Justin seems ready to cave. So where does that leave us? We started with a promising film adaptation that fans were eager to see. Now it's turned into a spectacle overshadowing the actual movie. Shocking accusations, legal threats, disputed evidence, a suspiciously silent Hollywood, and an internet ablaze with theories. This scandal has evolved into a cautionary tale about fame, power, and the cost of going to war over creative control. Will Blake Lively manage to recover from the mounting skepticism that surrounds her claims? Will Justin Baldoni clear his name and maybe even reshape how Hollywood handles these public feuds? Or are we witnessing the prelude to yet another never-ending legal drama that leaves everyone's reputation in tatters? Only time, and potentially a court of law, will decide. One thing's for sure, the tension is sky-high, the stakes couldn't be greater, and this story is nowhere near its final act. Keep your eyes on this channel for updates, because when the next bombshell drops, you'll want to be the first to know. Until then, let me know what you think. Are you leaning toward Team Blake or Team Justin? Or do you see this fiasco as proof that Hollywood is a world where truth can be more elusive than a well-crafted script? Share your thoughts below, and be sure to like, subscribe, and ring that notification bell for more deep dives into Hollywood's most jaw-dropping showdowns. This ride is far from over, and trust me, you won't want to miss a single turn.